Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Community Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm really glad that you're here this morning. It is going to be very interesting. We have some awesome guests who I will tell you about in just a moment. My name is Elena Westbrook, and I am one of your worship associates. If you are visiting with us today, the thing you should know about Community Unitarian Universalist is that we are a non-creedal faith. There is a saying I like, which is, we believe that we don't have to think alike to love alike. So that's what we try to live around here. Now, I want to introduce our guest speaker for today and our guest musician. This is Dorayne and Doug Klein. Dorayne is a musician, a storyteller, a children's music and drama teacher, and she also facilitates drum circles, sacred circle dances, retreats, and various other heart-centered gatherings and classes. Doug Klein is a lifelong music lover and calls himself a spiritual junkie. Doug and Dorayne were the co-music directors for the Center for Spiritual Living in Kauai, Hawaii in 2019. Now they're back in North Texas, yay, and performing together at places of worship, parties, and farmers markets. So if you are interested in bringing them to something you're doing, you can talk to Dorayne and Doug after the service. And that's it. Let us enter into worship. J. Abernathy Jr. gave us these words: "Let us seek the quiet and the calm. Let us lay aside our loud calling. Let us lay aside our struggle. Speak softly. Let us listen to the melodies that recall other proportions. Our moments tarry not with us. Let us then seek the dimension that endures beyond all nowness and here-ness, beyond all requirement and all particularity. Let us speak softly that we may hear. Let us enter into the quiet." Like all Unitarian Universalist congregations, we come together not because we believe the same things, but because we want to live better, kinder lives and make the world a better place for everyone. Instead of a creed, then, we have a covenant, a sacred promise that we make to each other, which we say each week to remind ourselves. Please join me as we say it together. And if you're able, would you stand for this? Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help one another.
Good morning. Today is September the 1st and is designated as National Forgiveness Day on the National Day calendar. This day is dedicated to embracing healing, understanding, and unity by encouraging forgiveness and fostering empathy. National Forgiveness Day traces its roots back to the universal human need for healing and forgiveness. We are using this day to remind people about the transformative power of forgiveness. It's time to let go of grudges and embrace a path of unity and understanding. Forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful actions. Forgiveness is about promoting empathy and connectedness to create a more compassionate society. It's about a liberating choice that unburdens us from the feelings of resentment. Withholding forgiveness can be debilitating. In fact, not forgiving people prevents people who hurt from healing and moving forward in their lives. By forgiving others, we contribute to healthier relationship by improving our mental health and emotional well-being. Join us as we begin September with a new mindset by celebrating National Forgiveness Day today, with the opportunity to take Dorayne's online forgiveness workshop this afternoon. In the spirit of forgiveness, for today's Messages for All, we now proudly present a skit called Old Joe and the Carpenter, a tale from North Carolina. Old Joe lived way out in the countryside all by himself. His best friend was also his closest neighbor.
Hey, old Joe.
Well, hi, neighbor. How are you today?
Couldn't be any better.
They had grown old together. Their wives had passed on, and with their children raised and living lives of their own, all they had left were their farms and each other. Then one day, the neighbor found a calf on his property and claimed it as his own.
Say, old Joe, looky here, I got me a calf right down there by the creek. I got me a calf, all right?
You think so? That's mine. That's my calf.
Oh, no.
That's mine.
No, it ain't.
Nobody
No,
will tell me any
that
different.
calf
That
belongs-
is mine. I even have a cow the same colors as that. That is mine, and nobody will change my mind.
And that calf belongs to me.
No, it don't.
Oh, yes, it do.
Oh, no, it don't.
Oh, yes, it do.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, Joe, you're off your rocker.
Both men, being stubborn, rather than coming to blows, simply retreat to their homes and stopped talking to each other. This was the first time in their long friendship they'd had a serious disagreement. 2 weeks went by without a word between them. One Saturday morning, Joe heard a knock at his front door.
Oh,
Hello there, mister.
stranger. What you doing in these parts?
I know you wasn't expecting nobody today, but I'm passing through and I'm looking for work. I'm handy with my hands. I can do some good work for you if you have any
can't-
projects.
I have an idea. Yeah. Okay. I want to show you something. You see this here? You see this here? You see this here? You see this creek here?
I do.
That creek weren't there a few weeks ago. And you know why it's there now? Because this darn good neighbor of mine, he said that the calf that belongs to me belongs to him. And I said, no, it don't. And he said, yes, it does. And so you know what? We've not spoken to each other since. And you know what he did? He dug this trench and he brought that water all the way down from the pond. And he's done that on the property line. So that's for him. So you know what? I can go one better than a creek. Why don't you, I've got all the lumber. Why don't you just build me a nice tall fence? That'll show him. Can you do that for me?
Well, yes, mister, I can do a good job for you. I'd love to do that.
Okay. How long do you think this might take?
Oh, I think I can have it done by this afternoon, just today.
Okay, just come let me know then and we'll see.
All right, I'll call you when it's done.
Thank you.
The carpenter went straight to work.
Is that enough?
He carried the lumber from the barn to the creekside. He worked hard and worked fast. He measured, sawed, and nailed those boards into place all day long without stopping for lunch. As the sun began to set, he was done. That's when old Joe came out of his house. When he saw what the carpenter had built, he could not speak.
Oh, Joe, I can't believe what you got undone. You built here a bridge. Oh, Joe, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That calf there, that calf is yours. I just want to go on and be friends, okay?
Oh, let's forget about that calf. I've missed our friendship so much. Oh, no. There's still Calvin around.
Wait,
Is this here young'un here?
this man?
Yeah, that's what he made. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Thank you, sir. Why don't you stay? Hey, stay, yeah, stay. We have so much work for you. We can keep you busy for years?
For years,
Years.
Weeks, for sure. I bet we could find him a boarding place so he could stay.
And look at all the people.
We know so many people here. We've lived here forever.
Yes.
Come on, we could keep you in work forever.
Yes, sir.
Because we need you. Because you know what? You've just done so much more than a bridge. Do you know what you've brought down back to us? He's brought joy. That's what he's brought, joy. And don't we all need joy? Yes. Oh, yes.
Please
stay with us.
Please stay.
Well, thank you both. I did a good job for you. I'm glad you're appreciative of it. But I have lots more bridges to build.
The end.
We are one. We are many. Sometimes a many over there and that one over there really get on my nerves. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. Yeah, but what if I don't like what they stand for? Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Yeah, but right now, I feel angry and I can't access compassion. The goal of community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Yeah, but there's not much evidence of that. It looks like it's getting worse. Here's the thing. The yeah, but creates the inner turmoil that can cloud our judgments, spiral us into negative emotions, and make us do or say things that we may later regret, adding more conflict in the chaos. It takes maturity and the use of spiritual tools to bring calm into our hearts so that when we do take action, it's from a centered place, this alignment with the nature of who we are, which desires harmony. Aloha, everyone. I'm Dorayne Breedlove, and I'm really honored to be here today and to have this conversation with you, calm in the midst of chaos. This conversation is how we bring the principles that we hold so dear to our faith, and particularly this movement, Unitarian Universalism, and how we can live those principles in our everyday lives. In other words, I want to share with you how bringing calm in the midst of chaos that we might find ourselves in, when we bring the calm, it's our way to embody the principles so that we can make our spirituality practical. And so how is this done? I say it's done with our spiritual tools. And I know each one of you have your own spiritual tools that you go to. Maybe you pray. Maybe you listen to music that always gets me right back into my center. Maybe you have a form of meditation, or you go into nature, or work in your garden. These are wonderful tools. And those tools are meant to bring us back into alignment with our true nature. But my goal today is to offer up perhaps some additional tools or help remind you to pull out those tools you already use so that when you do find yourself in that place of chaos, you can remember today. You can remember our time together. And that remembrance is ultimately the remembrance of what you know to be good, to be right, to be true. The inherent worth and dignity of every person, even if I may disagree. Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregation and beyond. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning that would include everybody. The right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. The goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all, which begins with oneself. Respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Do you recognize those principles? Yes. Yes, you do. The Unitarian Universalist principles. Why you are here. And why people are attracted to being here and to this movement. So how do we take these lofty ideas when we are challenged? Because as you know, when things go well, all's well, all's good. It's easy, right? It's easy. You can do that, no problem. It's great. I could do that. Yeah. But I'm talking about when we're challenged. That's the conversation today, when we're challenged. When we are in the midst of some conflict, when we're feeling the not so good about someone or something. Here's the truth. I want you to hear this. Here's the truth. You all have the capability and the power to change things. But I'm not necessarily always just talking about there, although I am including that. What I mean, you have the power and capability to change things here. And that's where it matters, because that's where it begins. This is where the work is done in order then to see it out there, or even to recognize that that's out there. It begins here. Always, always, always. Because you have no control truly out there. That's the power we've been given to change things internally. And that's what I call practical spirituality, with an exclamation point. Boom. Practical spirituality. To change things in here. And why would we want to? Why? Well, we all want a world that works for everyone. Through cooperation, through understanding, through fairness, through love. We talked about that earlier, Elena. I loved what you said when in the covenant, all of that, what we shared together. But I also want to add another aspect of why you want to do this internal work. And that is because we are each living our own individual lives, and we each want to experience a quality of life that is in alignment with our heart's desires. It is a quality of life that is joyful and peaceful and loving and compassionate and understanding and creative. And that's what I said before, when it's all going well, that's easy to access. And it's in the midst of chaos, in the midst of conflict, when we find ourselves in that place where those qualities of love and peace and joy and connection can be sometimes hard to access. And you might be asking, how? Answer: your spiritual tools. If you don't like the way you feel, change it. Here. Change it. And so why? Because we are many and we care, and we are one. You care about the quality of your experience. And the only one who's at any control over that is you. The quality of your experience. And chaos and conflict can look like anything. It could be simple, it could be small, it could be the way the neighbors treat their cats, or the sideways glance of a partner, and you made something up about it. All of a sudden, it could be that kind of conflict inside. It could be big. It could be a tree falling on our house. It could be that person in that office over there, that political office over there. It could be a diagnosis that you get or someone gets. It could be a financial challenge. Those conflicts can be big or small. It doesn't matter. But it's wonderful when we know that we don't have to be helpless about it, when we don't have to be victimized. And so I am bringing in the calm in those times that you might feel the conflict and challenge by taking each of those letters to empower you to move from disharmony to harmony, from habitual triggered thinking to connection, wholeness, and awareness, so that if there is any action to take, you've brought yourself into that place of alignment, so whatever action you take is expanded. Because in the state of conflict, crisis, anger, frustration, irritation, depression, it's a constriction of energy. Joy, peace, possibility, creativity, love, expanded energy. And there's way more available to you in that state. So let's begin. C. C stands for the spiritual practice of counting your blessings. It is looking for the things you appreciate, feel grateful for, and can genuinely see the blessings. The Heart Math Institute, which has been researching intelligence of the heart, says that appreciation brings the person into coherence when the mind and body are in alignment. Appreciation and gratitude are the things and people that bring you joy. Your vibration shifts instantly. Instantly. When you count your blessings. A stands for the spiritual practice of affirmations. An affirmation is a statement of truth that you believe in and that feels good. Examples can be something like, this too shall pass. It could be like, I have been through things like this before, and I know I can get through this too. It could be, I am capable. I got this. I am in good hands. Or she is in good hands. Today, thank you to Miss Elena, I was feeling a little nervous about coming here and all that energy being back. And she said, this is the best place to do things like this. That's my affirmation. And all of a sudden, whew, right? And then I said, oh, I'm in. I'm aligned. This is the best place to do things like this and do things like this. And right? The best place. So what can you say as a statement that can empower you in the moment of crisis and chaos? That's your affirmation.
Worthy, lovable, and kind.
Boom. Okay, L. L stands for the spiritual practice to listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. The heart is the place within us that has its own intelligence. And I'm not here to bring you all the science of this fact to you, and you can do your own research by going on Heart Math Institute website, because Heart Math has been doing this kind of research for over 33 years. They have studied the intelligence of the heart and how the heart and the mind work together. So L of calm is that invitation to pause and listen to the wisdom and the intelligence of your heart. And in my experience, the heart is genuinely kind and direct. Kind and direct. It could be trust. Forgive. Let this go. It's not worth it. Be patient. M is a spiritual practice to meditate. Meditation is when you commune with the present moment, to breathe, to relax, settle in to the here and now. So there are many forms, as you know, of meditation. No matter what you use to meditate, it's important for you to bring that calm into the chaos by allowing yourself to go into that state, to connect with that source of who you are, into that eternal now, by being conscious and still and present. And if, again, like I said, if there's any action to take, you're now, I say, more effective. In the place of calm and connection, more awareness, more creativity, more possibility becomes available to you, because remember, it's an expanded state of consciousness rather than a constricted state. And that's wonderful, though, about our emotions, because our emotions let us know, yay, all is well. Got some work to do. That's all that means. Just got some work to do. I have a few minutes, great. I wanted to share a story with you. I said, midst of chaos, 3 months ago, exactly 3 months ago today, on June 1st, Doug and I were right here on the stage, putting on the Higher Ground Coffee House experience with 100 people who came and participated. Some of you here were here. It was amazing. And we had shared that just days prior, a tree fell on our rental property. And so here we are, Doug and I, with just days until a concert. And the landlord says, evacuate immediately. Talk about being in the state of chaos. And again, I've been doing this a long time, spiritual practice. All right. Okay, Dorayne, count your blessings. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. Nothing, no harm to us. In fact, we weren't even home when it happened. We were, as a blessing, house sitting and dog sitting for a friend, which also meant because we were preparing for this concert, we had all our equipment with us. Every amplifier, every mic stand, every musical instrument, everything. We had it with us. Because we were rehearsing at this house. So when the tree fell and flooded that room, we had the equipment with us. Wow, count my blessings. Count my blessings. Friends came out and said, stay with us. Whew. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends. Yeah, count my blessings. Yeah. Affirmation, A. Good must come of this. That was my affirmation. Good must come of this. Good must come of this. I affirm that good must come of this. And I lived it. And we found a place in McKinney, that's where we live now. Beautiful 1915 older home off the square. Good must come of this. I get to go through everything I own. What? I wanted to do that, but who has time? Well, I was forced to do it. I'm going through everything I own. Do I want this? No. Do I want this? Yes. Do I want this? No. Give away. Right? That was good must come of this. L, listen to my heart. Life's an adventure, Dorayne. Have fun. Be surprised. Be delighted. And I went into meditation during that time often. It wasn't like 30 minutes. It was a minute, all right? It didn't have to be long. Just a minute of stillness, connection of breath, a present moment, and of a solid well-being. A solid well-being. And so this is my invitation to you, my friends. This is it. As you move through this day, this week, these months, November 5 ahead. Remember that you have your spiritual tools, and you have this spiritual tool. In any conflict, any chaos you might find yourself in, you can do one, and shift. You can do it in other different orders. You can do Malk. Yep, you can do Malk. One, all in different orders. Just remember to do them. Remember. It is your commitment to the many and the commitment to the one. It is your quality, your life experience. So C means to count your blessings, which brings coherence. A means to make an affirmation. L means to. M means to. Take a deep breath in. And let's release. And I want you just right here, right now, feel the well-being that exists in this space and within you, and the wholeness and health and the wherewithal you have. You have the power and are empowered. You are empowered. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be loved. Thank you. And so it is. Amen.